Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Yoga with Jim. We're going to start today in a seated position, so make your way to your mat, find yourself in a comfortable seat, and we'll get started. A couple of options for your seated position. You can sit on your knees, heels on the glutes here with the toes curled under. That kind of gets a nice little stretch there in the top or bottom of the feet and releases some fascia throughout the legs. It's a little bit uncomfortable, so you can breathe into that discomfort. Try to find a calm place there. Otherwise, leaning forward, you can untuck the toes and just sit back onto the heels. Or you can sit cross-legged. Today, I think I'm going to sit cross-legged. So let's start with some decompression breaths here. Find your comfortable seat. Start to dim the eyes. And then we'll bring a big inhale in through the nose. Nice slow exhale out the nose. Another inhale through the nose, counting to 5, trying to get that breath to a count of 5. And then exhale slowly for a count of 5. Continue that pace, working to breathe in for 5 seconds, out for 5 seconds, and I'll walk through what the rest of the body is kind of going through right now. You can take some hang loose fingers here for measuring sticks, pinky to the top of the pelvis, thumb to that bottom rib, elbows out wide and active, reaching, and then as you inhale, you'll feel your chest expand and your torso gain some space here. Maintain that space on the exhale as you squeeze your core to press the stale air out. We're decompressing the spine here, filling up the lungs into the back of the body. So there's a lot of room in the rib cage in the back of the body for the lungs to expand. A lot of times when people inhale, they think, I need to flare my chest open, but the front of the chest is for the heart, the back is for the lungs. So as you inhale, feel that back expand. Your elbows are still reaching out wide, active. The chest comes up towards the chin. We bring the chin down, so we're not looking up. We're not tucking the chin. We're bringing the chin down and pressing back into a headrest here, kind of elongating the back of the neck, transferring the weight of the head into the front of the neck muscles. Three more breaths here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breakfast time for Bruce. You can release the hands, shake that out. We'll do a couple shoulder rolls here, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears, and then roll them back down on your exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Inhaling up. Exhale, release. You have an option here to bring the arms out wide as you inhale and maybe do some circles, both directions. Keeping that core engaged here, not flaring the chest out again, inflating into the back of the body. If you don't want to do these arm rotations, you can still just sit here and roll the shoulders up and down, following the pace of your own breath. Maybe point the fingertips down for a couple of sets. And bring the hands back towards the knees. Do a few neck rolls here, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder, not pinching the shoulder up, so the shoulders are relaxed and down away from the ears. Bring the ear towards the shoulder. Inhale, expand the torso. Exhale, drop the chin towards the chest. Inhale, left ear towards left shoulder. Getting a nice stretch in the side of the neck here. Gaze can be straight ahead or maybe up towards the ceiling if that's okay on the neck. And then as you exhale, drop the chin towards the chest. Follow the pace of your own breath, inhaling one ear to one shoulder. Exhaling, chin towards chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. 3 more of those each side, filling up the lungs on every inhale, and then squeezing the core, maintaining that space on the exhale. Really concentrate on filling up the back of the body here on every inhale. Feel how big your rib cage can get in the back of your body. Last one to the right. And one more to the left. And we'll bring the head back to neutral. If you're seated on your knees, come onto your hips, swing the legs out in front of you, otherwise uncross the legs, taking them out long. Get any extra flesh out from underneath the sit bones. Just a quick little forward fold here. Inhale the arms up overhead, reaching up with the hands, straightening out the spine there, head reaching up. And then as you exhale, we'll fold, hinging at the hips, bringing the chest closer to the thigh, forehead closer to the shins, hands reaching for the feet. If you don't make it to the feet, it's perfectly fine to stay on the calves, the ankles. Whatever you reach, just inhale, grow through the crown of the head. Exhale, bring that belly in as you hinge forward. If you're desperate to reach your feet, you can bend the knees, bring the feet into the hands, and then press through the heels, keeping that lower back straight, pressing through the heels, trying to bring the legs down to the floor again. Lots of different options here. Do what works best for you. One more breath, inhaling big. Exhale, fold. Release the feet and slowly start to bring the hands back towards the body. We'll bring our left leg into the groin, heel pressing into the thigh. Right leg, it remains straight. Thanks, bud. Pointing the toes up towards the sky, knee straight up towards the sky. If your leg is out to the right a little bit, go ahead and face the shoulders, square them up to the foot. Otherwise, we're going to inhale the arms up and hinge again over the right leg. Keep the shoulders square here, so if you have a mirror around, you can see if your shoulders are dipping. Otherwise, just try to concentrate on keeping them square. Sometimes people dip down one way or the other, and it starts to put some torque in the lower back. We want the muscles to be equally impacted here. You can have the hands on the leg, on the floor, on the foot, whatever is accessible to you this morning. Keeping equal weight in the sit bones, so both sit bones are pressing into the earth here. On your next exhale, slowly start to come back up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling. And switch out the legs. Left leg goes long this time, right leg comes in. Any extra flesh out from underneath those sit bones. Toes and knee pointing straight up. Arms inhale up overhead. Exhale, folding over that left leg. Shoulders stay square here. They're in line with the heel. We're not tilting to one side or the other. Hands again on the floor, on the leg, on the foot, whatever you're able to get to today. Inhale, grow through the crown of the head. Exhale, folding forward. Two more breaths, inhaling as you grow. Exhale, folding a little closer, chest towards thigh, forehead towards chin. And then slowly start to come up one vertebrae at a time. Bring both feet in, this time towards the groin. Pressing the feet together, pads of the foot, heel of the foot are pressing together. Knees are reaching for the floor here. You can take the elbows and help a little bit, pressing down into the thighs. Don't overdo it. Inhale, grow. Exhale, fold as far forward as you can. You could take the hands and start to reach them out in front of you, getting a little bit more into the adductors. Or you can keep the hands on the feet and kind of use the feet like a book, opening them up, keeping the knife edges press into the floor and reaching for each other. As you kind of pull the feet open, pressing the elbows into the floor. Remember to grow on every inhale through the crown of the head. Exhale, folding forward. If you have the hands out long in front of you, slowly start to bring them back, closing the feet. Take the hands to the outsides of the knees and fold the knees together. And then reach those legs out long. We'll come into a tabletop position. So bring your knees directly beneath the hips. Hands are beneath the shoulders. We're going to do a few windmills here. So take the right hand, place it directly underneath the face. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Rotate that wrist up at the top. And then exhale, thread the needle, nice and slow. Shoulder comes down. And then inhale it back up. Nice twist there for the spine. Exhale, bring it back through. Inhaling up. Keep that core turned down throughout this pose. Exhale, threading the needle. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhaling up. We'll roll the wrist up at the top again. And then exhale, lower the left hand down beneath the face, switching out. Right hand inhales up to the sky. Wrist circles. Both directions. Exhale, thread the needle through. Inhaling up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhaling up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhaling up. Exhale, thread that needle last time. Inhale, slowly bringing the hand back up. Wrist circles up at the top. And then we'll bring the hand down. 5 cat-cows here. So hands are directly beneath the shoulders. We're going to inhale up into cow, letting the chest reach for the floor. Opening the chest, collarbones are exposed. Exhale, press the earth away, pushing into the fingertips, arching the spine. Head hangs heavy, chin towards chest. Inhale, cow, pulling the palms back towards the knees, stretching out the abdomen. Exhale, press the earth away. Take 3 more of those, following the pace of your own breath. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. You can take any organic movements your body might need, whether that's wiggling the hips side to side, maybe coming off the wrists, whatever works best for you. We have 2 more breaths here. And come back to a neutral spine. Now we're going to start to walk the hands out, coming into puppy dog pose. So bring the hands out in front of you further than you would for downward dog. And start to sink the hips back as the forehead reaches for the mat. So the further we reach those hands out, maybe coming up onto the fingertips, we'll stretch out the chest and the shoulders. This is like a downward dog, we're just on our knees. You can sink the hips a little bit further back, pressing the palms into the mat. Or you can come up higher, trying to stack the hips over the knees and really reach those forearms, those arms forward. Maybe bring the forearms off the mat. Two more breaths here. And slowly start to come back, bringing the hands onto the mat. Coming into a downward dog, we're going to curl the toes under, press the hips up and back for our first downward dog of the practice. Feel free to take any modifications you might need here, whether that's bending one knee at a time, getting a stretch into the calf and into the Achilles. Maybe you want to bend both knees at the same time. Sink that chest a little closer to the thighs. And then start to press the heels towards the floor as you reach the hips up towards the ceiling. Head is hanging heavy between the arms. Ears by biceps.
Taking a second to pay attention to our hands, we want the middle fingers to be parallel. And then the rest of the fingers fan out from there. You're really concentrating on that L and J joint between the finger, the pointer finger and the thumb. You're pressing down hard into those areas. 2 more breaths here. Eventually we find stillness in our downward dog. Comes a pose of rest. Then we'll start to, on our exhale, walk up to the front of your space, coming into a forward fold. Take the feet out to about the width of the shoulders in this forward fold, and then connect your chest to your thighs. So sink down. You can bend the knees as much as you need here to make that chest to thigh connection a reality. And then we'll start to walk the fingertips out, sinking the hips back. 2 breaths here, and then we're going to turn it into an active pose. So 1 more deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. And now what we're going to do is transition from this pose into a halfway lift here, or monkey pose. So inhale, hands come up the shins, reach the head out long, ears away from the shoulders, nice flat back, kind of shaped like a 7 here. And then exhale, sink again. Arms reach out, chest comes to thighs, hips reaching back, fingertips inching forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chest to thighs, hips come back, fingertips reaching out, head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 1 more of those. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, chest to thighs. Hips sinking back. We'll hold here for 2 breaths. You should really be getting into the meat of the hamstrings. Keeping that chest and thigh connection protects the hamstrings and the lower back. And then we'll slowly start to bring the hands back up. We're going to ragdoll all the way up. Head is the last thing to come up. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, nice and slow. Hands pressing into the sides of the room as you come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to the mat. Step the feet back into a plank. And then push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here, we'll inhale that right leg up towards the sky. And then exhale, step it through for low lunge. We're going to bring the right foot between the hands. And then you can stay here, or you can lower the left knee down to the floor, untucking the toes, pressing the top of the foot into the earth. We're going to stay in this lunge for a little bit here, kind of get into this right hip. You can bring the hands next to the foot. You can come up onto the fingertips like you're protecting a cupcake. Whatever feels best on your hands and wrists here as we work into this right hip. You don't need to be still. You can move around here, find any sort of discomfort or anything that feels stiff and kind of breathe into that discomfort. Every inhale, we're expanding the torso. Breathe into the back of the body. And then on the exhale, bring that belly up towards the spine. Two more breaths here. Now we're going to transition into half splits or half Hanuman pose. All we're doing is walking the fingertips back, bringing the hips back, and start to straighten out this right leg as you lift the right foot up off the floor. Imagine you're bringing your right pinky toe towards your left ear. Sinking the hips back to square, so we want to press that left hip forward as we pull the right hip back. Hands can be on the mat here, right around where the knee is. Inhale, grow through the crown of the head. Exhale, hinging forward. Keep that core active. We're pulling the belly button towards the spine. You can move the right foot around like it's the watch of a hand or hand of a watch. Try to find part of the hamstring that feels the most stuck this morning and then breathe into that. The back of the body fills up on every inhale. Exhale, squeeze it out. Two more breaths here. Keep working on squaring up those hips, bringing that pinky toe towards the ear. Now we're going to move between this pose and that low lunge. So on the inhale, we'll come up to the low lunge. Chest comes up. Gaze is on the horizon. Exhale, sink back into that half split. Inhale up. Exhale back. Keep working as you inhale. Exhale back. Inhaling up. Exhale back. I lost count. I think that's 4. We'll do one more. Inhaling up. Exhale. Press it back. And then as we inhale up, we're going to place the hands next to the foot. Uncurl the left toes if you're down on your knee. Press that knee up, and then sweep the right leg back. Push the hips all the way back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. You might notice a little difference in that right leg versus the left since we just stretched all that out. And getting ready for the left side. We'll inhale the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. If you want, come down onto that knee, untuck the toes, press the top of the foot into the earth. Inhale up into your lunge. Get into that hip here. Feel free to wiggle it around until you find that spot you're trying to get to. You can bring the knee out past the ankle here in this pose. Since the hips are below the knee, there's not as much weight and pressure on the knee joint. Whenever you're up in a standing pose and the hips are above the knee, you want that knee behind the ankle or further back. But down here, perfectly fine to bring the knee out past the ankle. 2 more breaths here. Remember, inhale, inflate the back of the body. Exhale, belly button towards spine. And then we'll slowly start to press the hips back, coming into those half splits, lifting the left foot up off the floor, straightening that left knee, and then square up those hips. So pull the left hip back, press that right hip forward. Left pinky toe reaching for that right ear, getting into your hamstrings here. Hands are on the mat by the knee. Again, you can move this left foot around, back and forth until you find any sort of tight spot with the hamstrings maybe, and then hold that, breathe into it. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, inflating the back of the chest, growing through the crown of the head. Exhale, folding forward. Find what works for you in this pose. And then we'll start to make this an active stretch here. So we're going to inhale up into the lunge. Exhale back. Inhaling up. Exhale back. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Do it again, lost count. That's all right. We'll do 2 more. Inhaling up. Exhale back. Inhaling up. Exhale back. And then as we inhale back up, we bring the hands next to the feet, curl the right toes under, press that right knee up, sweep the left leg back, hips come all the way up, downward facing dog. Two more breaths here in our downward dog. And then we'll start to walk the hands back towards the feet, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, ears away from the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold, big bend in the knees. Inhale, rise up. Hands sweep up overhead. And then exhale, let all that go. Coming into our balance series, we'll start with standing head to knee. All the weight comes into the left leg. Bend that right knee up to 90 degrees. Place your hands on some imaginary tables here if you're having some trouble with balance. You can stay right here. You can interlace your fingers beneath the hamstring and press that right heel away. Shoulders are back, chest is open. Or if you'd like the full expression, keep the knee where it is, hinge over the leg, interlace the fingers around the pad of the foot, and then press the heel away for standing head to knee. Breathe into the back of the body, and then exhale, press the belly button towards the spine. Squeeze all that scalar out. Wherever you're at in this pose, find some stillness. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. I'm going to come back here. 2 more breaths. If you took that full expression on your next exhale, release the foot and bend the knee, coming back up. And then we'll lower the right foot down to the floor. Switching sides. Transfer the weight into the right leg. Left knee comes up to 90 degrees. Hands are on our imaginary tables. This is the pose right here. If you like, you can interlace the fingers around the hamstring, especially if you did so on the other side. Press that left heel away. Shoulders are back, chest is open. Gaze is straight ahead. Or you can take the full expression, keeping the knee where it is, fold over the leg, interlace the fingers beneath the pad of the foot, press that heel away, standing head to knee. Two more breaths here. If you took that full expression, release the hands, come back up, and then we'll slowly lower the left foot down to the floor. Coming into tree pose. Left leg, all the weight's in the left leg. We bend the right knee, open the knee to the right. Hands come together at heart center, foot is next to the ankle. This is tree pose. If you like, you can slide the foot up to the calf. There's a nice little notch there on the calf that you can hang out on. Or bring it up above the knee. Right heel pressing into the thigh. Left thigh, whoop, see, sometimes we fall out of that. That's all right. Come right back in. Hands come together at heart center. Knee reaching to the side. Glutes are turned on, pressing the hips forward. You can inhale, start to grow our branches, reaching our arms up overhead, but keeping the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Trees sway in the wind. Sometimes they snap and fall over. If you fall over, just come right back into it. Keep that core engaged. On your inhales, don't let the ribs flare out. Instead, try to fill up the back of the body. You'll feel yourself grow taller every time you take one of those inhales and send it to the back of the ribs. Your posture straightens up. You inhale and you increase the space there for the spine to move around, all those organs to have room in there. Decompress the spine. Now to come out of this pose, we're going to bring the hands together. Knee comes towards midline. Lower the hands down, interlace the fingers around the shin, and then give yourself a little hug here. Pulling the knee in towards the chest, and we'll roll the ankle a couple of times, clockwise, and then counterclockwise. Lower the foot down to the floor. Transfer the weight into the right leg as we bend the left knee, open the knee to the left. Hands come together at heart center, shoulders are rolled back. Foot is next to the ankle here. This is tree pose. If you like, you can bring the foot up to the calf, or again, up above the knee, never into the knee. Pressing that heel into the thigh, thigh right back into the heel. Glutes are turned on. Pressing those hips forward. And then we'll grow our branches as we inhale. Remember, shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Reaching the hands up. Core is engaged here. Inflate into the back of the body. Feel your torso grow. Feel your posture improve on every decompression breath. If you need an extra balance challenge, you're not swaying, you're feeling pretty confident and strong, start to dim the eyes. Finding balance without visual cues is tricky, so we breathe to balance. Breathing is balancing. So inhales, exhales. Concentrate on your breath. Coming out of this pose, knee comes towards midline, hands come together. Lower the hands down. Take an awkward grip this time, opposite finger on top. Pull that left knee into the chest. A couple ankle rolls here, clockwise, counterclockwise. Release the foot. Coming down to the floor, shake it all out. Good job. All right, we'll do 5 yogi squats here. So bring your feet to the width of your mat. Heels stay on the mat. Toes can be off, going out at like a 45-degree angle here. We're going to inhale, the arms come up overhead. On our exhale, we're going to squat down. I want you to put the weight into the glutes first, so hinge the hips back, and then as you squat, the knees track out over the toes, hands come down, elbows come to the inner thighs. And now feel how strong you are as you press down into the pad of the big toe, little toe, and the heel on both foot. Quarters turned on as you inhale and rise up. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Pressing into the earth as you inhale up. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Last one, inhaling up. On the last one, we go all the way to the floor without the use of our hands. Perfect. All right. Made it to our mats. We'll kind of twist and stretch everything out here, and then we'll have a nice Shavasana. So starting with half Lord of the Fish, we're going to take the left leg long, get any extra flesh out from underneath those sit bones, bend the right knee, step the right foot over the left knee. Right hand comes behind the body, fingertips are pointing away. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky, grow. Exhale, left elbow comes to the outside edge of the right knee and twist. We're going to twist, gaze eventually comes over our right shoulder. That left foot stays active, you're bending the toes back towards your nose. Every inhale, grow through the crown of the head. Every exhale, squeeze the core to twist a little bit further. Nice long spine here. Every inhale, again, grow, and then twist on the exhale. You're pressing through that left heel, pressing into the right hand. We'll do a quick counter pose here. Release the left elbow, bring the right elbow to the inside of the knee, and twist the other way. Exhale, let that go. Right leg goes long, bend the left knee, step the left foot over the right knee. Left hand comes behind the body, fingertips pointing away. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, right knee to the outside edge of the right elbow. Kind of like that. Inhale, grow through the crown of the head. And then exhale, twist. Keeping that core engaged. Eventually your gaze makes its way over the left shoulder. Remember that right foot is still active. You're bending the toes back to the nose, pressing through the right heel. Growing on every inhale, twisting on every exhale. And we'll release this for a quick counter pose. So release the right arm, left elbow comes to the inside edge of the knee, twist the other way, and then let it go. We'll bend the knees in towards the chest here. Maybe scoot up a little bit on your mat. We're going to rock on our backs a couple times. Just shoulder blades to heels, realigning the spine. Plus, it's kind of fun. We'll end up flat on our backs. When you're ready, stretch the legs out long, and then bend the right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers, bringing the knee towards the armpit, avoiding the rib cage. Again, we'll roll the ankle here a couple times. We're entering flip-flop season, so it's time to get those ankles nice and strong and sturdy. Inhale, feel the back of the body grow on your yoga mat. Feel it expand, your rib cage gripping the mat. Exhale, bring belly button towards spine. Coming into a supine twist here, we're going to take the right knee, bring it across the body. Scoot the hips to the right just a little bit so that the hips are stacked on top of each other. And then inhale the right arm up towards the sky. And then on your exhale, let the hand fall to the earth as your gaze follows the hand, twisting to the right. Start to dim the eyes, bring everything inside. Inhale, inflate the chest. Exhale, just relax into the twist. Let something go here, maybe unclench the jaw, take the tongue off the roof of the mouth. If you have an idea floating around your head, just let it go. Inhale the knee back up to center. Bend the knees in towards your chest for happy baby. Elbows to the insides of the knees, hands to the outsides of the feet. As we try to stack the ankles over the knees, bringing the whole spine onto the floor. A slight tuck of the chin here will get some extra length out of the back of the neck. Maybe rocking back and forth. Whatever feels good for you this morning. Release the feet, lower the legs down to the floor. And then keep that left knee, bend it in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers, take an awkward grip this time, opposite finger on top. And pull the knee back towards your armpit. Avoiding the rib cage. We'll do a few ankle rolls here, clockwise, counterclockwise. And then we'll release the leg. And come into our supine twist. Scoot the hips to the left. Take the left knee, bring it across the body. Hips are stacked on top of each other. Reach the left arm up towards the sky on your inhale. And then on the exhale, let the arm fall towards the earth. Gaze follows the hand. Maybe you dim the eyes, bring everything inside. And just relax into the twist, allowing gravity to do its job. And let something go here. And inhale the legs back up. Since I have twin babies, I do 2 happy babies at the end of every class. Bend your knees in towards your chest, elbows to the insides of the knees, hands to the outsides of the feet as we come into our second happy baby. You have options here. You can stretch one leg at a time, getting more into the hamstrings. You can rock back and forth. Whatever feels good for you this morning. Release the feet and stretch the legs out long. Preparing for a final Shavasana. Let the feet fall open as they may. Hands are away from the sides of the body, trying to bring all 10 fingernails onto the floor, palms facing up. Roll your shoulders up and then back down. Create a nice little platform for the heart there. Rock your head from side to side. Find a comfortable resting position for the head. And then just relax into the earth, enjoying the fruits of your labor. Paying attention to the breath. Nice slow inhales in through the nose. Exhale out the nose.
Trying to find that count of 5, inhale, count of 5, exhale. Give yourselves an A for joining this class this morning. The most important part of yoga is showing up. If you've been blessed with the gift of time, I invite you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you can, enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is where I'll leave you today. Thank you again. I'll have a new class again on Wednesday, so I'll join you on Wednesday. Until then, take care.